stream. We're live. Hang on. I'm not sure what's going on here now. Thought I'd just come on, do a quick live, because I get into these. I like these lives. I like them. I just got to time them good, because I'm pretty crap at timing them when I do go live. Oh, I just had a notification say I'm live. Strange, isn't it? I'll leave it for a little bit to see if people come in, when they do come in, and we'll have a brief chat about AlexMurdaugh. What can we say, eh? What can we say about this guy? What can we say about the whole thing? He had his hearing today, which we'll briefly discuss. For some reason, it's a delay. Is it like a YouTube thing? There's like 10-15 second delay. I have no idea. Anyway, we're here. Just gonna browse, see what's going on Twitter, see if there's anything going on there. Just people saying no new trial, people shocked. I mean, can you be shocked? Can you? I thought, from what I saw I didn't watch it all, but I thought Harpoolian did really well. I thought he did really well. I thought, I'm not sure what to think about Judge Toll. On the one hand, I thought she's good in the sense of getting things through. She was just like she's very straight. Like, have you got anything to say, guys? I'm basing non-budget on this. Anything else? You know, I think she had everyone's respect. That's for sure. But come on, she messed up as well, mind. She messed up a few times, to be fair. And that's what in court proceedings, I mean, there now. But hey, it is what it is. What can you do? Anyway, bugger it. I'm not waiting for people now. I'm just going to crack on with it, and they can rewatch it, whatever they need to do. For some reason, sometimes there is delay. After about 10 minutes, people tend to come in. I don't know why that delay is there, but whatever. Anyway, so we got Murdaugh. I thought, as I say, going to do a quick look at it. Obviously, some mixed feelings about Murdaugh today. Some people shocked, some people are not shocked. I mean, I'm a little bit in the middle of it all. I'm not really shocked, to be quite honest with you. Becky Hill, what a piece of shit she is. I mean that in the most respectful way possible, really. But, you know, I'm glad that Judge Toll was like, she's full of it. She's not credible. So I'm glad of that. That's one good thing anyway. But how she could sit there? I just, she needs to go. I mean, I don't know sure what the process is for her now, but I wouldn't surprise me. This is South Carolina, guys. This wouldn't surprise me if she gets to keep her job and if AlexMurdaugh ever had a retrial, it wouldn't surprise me if she was a clerk of court. It wouldn't surprise me one bit with this place. No one should ever be surprised with what happened today with it within court. As I say, I only watched bits of it. I didn't watch the whole proceeding, so I'm only giving a take of what I've read and seen. I've seen some clips out there. I watched the whole Becky interview, no interview questioning. I also watched this morning with all the jurors with legal vices. I watched all of that. For me, if a juror says that the court clerk influenced them in any way, I mean, what are we doing? Instant appeal, instant retrial. That's what I thought anyway. That's what I thought would happen. I think there were mixed bag of lawyers online saying she's definitely going to get a trial now, blah blah blah. It turns out, unless you live there and understand the laws of South Carolina, I don't think you understand anything. Hello, Birth Turf. What did I say? My title? Hi, Birth Turf. Hello. Oh my god! What? I don't even know what my title is. I genuinely don't know what my fucking title is. Hang on. I didn't even think. Oops. Well, sorry. Spoiler alert. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I left it for a few hours, so I just presumed everyone knew about it. Yeah, denied it. So sorry, Murph. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. And to be quite honest with you, here it's like 12:30 in the evening, so I just didn't think anyone was going to be watching anyway. I do these lives in the day, and I get hundreds of people coming to them, but uh, but in the evenings, in the UK, no one comes, which is fine. Shocketh. Yeah, I'm not. I was just saying, I'm not shocked. There's a lot of things that goes on in South Carolina. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I think you have to be. If you speak to people that are lawyers, well, attorneys, you guys call them, but they literally Twitter was full of people, attorneys saying, well, after the first juror had said that they'd been influenced by the court of clerk, 100% there's going to be a new trial, not a issue whatsoever. Even legal voices were like, what the? Well, I mean, what are we doing? But evidently not. I said on Twitter at the time, I was like, well, I'm not really surprised with the verdict. I don't agree with it personally, but I'm not shocked with it because I was talking to a few people on X, and I'm not sure if people remember, but when they were doing the jury selection, there were two people, and one of them was the brother of the first witness, or one of the first few witnesses anyway. And he was asked if he could be impartial if he was chosen. He said, "Yeah, I can absolutely be impartial." And then the other one was a cousin, first cousin of Alex Murdaugh, and he was asked, if you sit on the jury panel, can you be impartial? When I heard that, I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like, you're talking to the first cousin of Alex Murdaugh, asking if he can be impartial. Luckily, he answered no. There's no way he can be impartial. He's my cousin. He's my blood. But that should have been alarm bells for me straight away. That they would have allowed a cousin to sit on the jury. Can you imagine your cousin sitting on the jury panel? And the fact that they left the brother to sit on it, because the brother was like the witness said, "I'm absolutely impartial. It's all good." But I don't know why do that. No, I don't think everyone else does that. I don't know. They may do, but I don't believe that to be the case. I can't see how a brother of a witness should ever be allowed to be on the panel. But that's just me, whatever. An attorney told me from South Carolina, like, I should just shut up. I don't know the law, so I'll shut up. I don't know the law, and I don't want to know their law. I don't even want to go to South Carolina. Um, I want to go to California though, but not South Carolina. It scares me to think. Um, the betrayal of this, like, look, I don't believe that Alex Murdaugh got a fair trial the first time. I'm loud about that, but I'm also very much about, do I think he murdered them? I think likelihood, if he gets a fair trial, I could be persuaded definitely. I just don't think they proved it the first time. But I'm not like sitting here going, "Oh, he's not guilty." Look, Alex Murdaugh's a piece of shit. He's in jail for fraudulent stuff and stuff like that. But that's not the point. He just deserves a fair trial. I think the outcome will still be guilty, but that's not the point. Um, yeah, I don't know. It just disheartens you that essentially you've got a court clerk that can lie and influence you, and it's fine. It's legit. It's all good. It's all gravy. So I don't know. I just want to hop on to say, not really happy about it because, and if you take away Alex Murdaugh, it's not about Alex Murdaugh. It's about anybody. Do you know what I mean? It's a scary old world out there. I think with things that happen. Yeah. What else is going on? Does anyone say anything? Does anything jump out at me on Murdaugh today? I don't know what everyone's saying. I've just literally finished another stream. Um, So someone's posted, if the administration of a trial is corrupted by a state agent one the court has found disingenuous in the testimony, because Judge Toll did say that Becky Hill was not credible. So she even says that she's not credible. The remedy is to let the conviction stand, signed by South Carolina. You know, a juror stood up and said, "Yeah, Becky Hill influenced my decision." But what else is going on there? Just trying to Google it, not Google it, put some stuff in there. Hang on. South Carolina, my heart goes out to you. All you deserve and are entitled to a fair and biased justice system that works for everyone. Toll didn't fail him, AlexMurdaugh today. Toll failed the citizens. Yeah, I mean, people are going to go after her now. Look, I thought she's a good judge. I thought she's all right. I'm not sure if this is spoiler myth or spoil for anyone else, but in the jury room for the first witness was on the stand being questioned, and all like a couple of jurors phones are out watching the testimony. It's like a shit show. It's like they couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery, is how we would say it in Wales. You can't organise a piss up in a brewery. So I don't know. Absolute train wreck. I agree with you. It's as I say, I missed a lot of it because I was doing the Krieger trial, but we were discussing it in chat when I announced that he didn't get a fair trial, and it was mixed views. Some people were happy he didn't have it, but I think they were happy for the wrong reasons. I mean, people think he's guilty, and I get it, and I do understand it. And I came out of the trial, and I said, the first trial, I said I would have voted not guilty for murder, because guilty for financial crimes, not guilty for murder. However, I could be persuaded that he did it because I just don't think he did it on his own. I do think he probably did do it, but with somebody else. But he won't tell us. But even though he could still be guilty, I just think that he just deserves a fair trial. And put to bed everything. Just let it go through the process. He's going to 99% chance he's going to be found guilty, whatever happens. So just let him go through the process, you know. But no, not South Carolina. And it's quite upsetting because I remember when I first came and watched this trial, people told me that now AlexMurdaugh, he's the most corrupt guy in South Carolina. Now he's in, you know, once he gets in prison, it'll be all good. It'll be all good. Hi, Singh. I'm very well. How are you? Hope you're well. Behave now, Singh. I've got no mods here, right? So behave. Everybody behave. Hope you're well, sir. Oh, see, I can't do two things at once. Sarah P and Josie tell me all the time, you cannot do two things at once, and I can't. What the hell was I just saying? Oh, AlexMurdaugh. Party. Yeah, I know. It's my fault. They always give me row, like Josie and the Mexi and Sarah. They give me a row. I never tell them when I go live. I just go live. Oh, Josie's here. You're live, got no notice. Here she is, my little princess Josie. Bang bang, bang bang. Thank God. Oh no, honestly, Murphy, you should see people in my chat in these lives. I need mods here. But we missed you today, Josie. Missed you today. We all love Josie. Josie's fantastic. But we missed you today, Josie. I thought you might be busy. But what a great win last night for the 49ers. She's one of my faves. She is one of my faves. There's a reason she's one of my mods. I only, my faves. Super Bowl baby, yes. I made a cock up this morning as well. Hopefully, tell Nathan I'm sorry. I went an hour too early. So, for people that don't know, I got another channel. I got a sports channel with Mighty Meat, and Josie's in there. And Josie's told her husband he has to be there. So, so every week now I get to meet Josie's husband, chat sport. Today I made a mess up. I went live an hour early. And then I just was just slagging off Mighty Meat, saying he hasn't turned up, blah blah. It was me. I don't know why. I just went an hour early. I don't know why. So I missed everybody. I was watching Stupid Murdoch. Yeah, we were watching it as well during the breaks of Krieger. I watched the whole testimony of Becky Hill and stuff. Just disheartening. Do you know what I mean? Disheartening. I love Murph. And then Free Zachariah Anderson. I was watching Stupid Murdoch. Mr. Josie's also, he's absolutely. Do you know what? He's one of the lads now. He's one of the lads now. Honestly, I enjoy talking ball to him because he's sensible. He asks good questions and stuff like that. So I'm not just saying that because Josie's here, but you know, genuinely, I like having him in chat. I like having anybody that's reasonable in chat. Yeah, Murdoch. I was just saying this. I think for me, it all ends. And what did you not get a notification for? Oh, do you know what? The YouTuber fucking me right over because people, even now, I come message going, "What are you live?" No one told me. Well, I don't know. I can't. I got a notification, but I don't know. And sometimes when I go live in the week, like there'll be fucking shit tons of people here. So I'm so disappointed. Oh, all right, okay. So I don't think, do I? I'm stupid. So I put a message in the title saying Murdoch denied a retrial. Obviously, Murph didn't know, and so spoiled it for her. So, oopsie daisy, lesson learned. And I always say I don't do clickbait and stuff like that. Well, I don't, but my bad. I'm thirsty. I need some Pepsi with a walk and talk, if I can. Well, I haven't got any water at the minute. I'm redoing my kitchen. You can see bare walls and stuff there. Okay, yeah. So redoing. So yeah, they're redoing everything. I've got no tops. So I've got no water. Thank you, Murph. Thank you. So I'm gonna drink some Pepsi and because I'm thirsty. Really bad for you, I know, but it's my only vice. It's only my only vice. You see my new cupboards, new fridge, but everything's bare. Right, hang on. Well, you got a little bit though. Right, so yeah, I don't have any water in the house because they've cut off my water once I do my kitchen. Little buggers. So it's supposed to be back on tomorrow, so it's all good. And thank you, Murph. Her name is Justice Truth because she's an idiot. I know. So I was watching with Vices. I was, and the first part, and the first witness came on, Jura Z or whatever she was, and was like, "Yes, Becky influenced the decision." Vices were like, "There we are, happy days, great." End of. No, do you know what I mean? And then when they were watching, the jurors were watching the stream on their phones, Judge Toll's like, "Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it." It's like, I was just like, wow, this woman, she's well respected, but this woman, I don't know. What's disheartening for me is the celebrations of it all. Josie, you know my view. I do, you know, I could find him guilty, right? I could definitely find him guilty for murder, but that's not the point. I think that's what people need to forget. It's not about guilty or not guilty of Alex Murdaugh. Whether you think he's guilty or not, it doesn't matter. And I always say to people, like, yeah, I can see why you think he's guilty. And I probably would vote guilty in another circumstance. I just don't think they proved it in the first one. It's about making sure we got fair trial. You got clerk of court influencing a decision. So there's that. You've got a trial which turned into a financial crimes trial. And now we're saying, yes, all fine. Because the judge says something, I didn't see her verdict, but she said something like, well, there's enough evidence there to state that he's guilty anyway. When she said that, I was like, fucking piss right off. It doesn't, again, judge, you're not there to determine whether he's guilty or not. She's not. Hang on. I think somebody here paraphrased it for me on Twitter. Her name's Wicked Truth. She's just on operation today. Hope she's doing well. Hope she's okay. Hope you're well, Wicked Truth, if you see this. You do tend to come into the streams. So, so Judge Toll ruled AlexMurdaugh will not be given a new trial. Toll stated Becky Hill is not credible. One juror felt pressured from other jurors, not from Hill. Juror ambivalent. So what she's saying is that other jurors pressured that person. Well, again, that's fucking awful. Hill allowed public attention to overcome her duty. End of. I don't agree, Dylan. That's not what the point of justice for one is. Injustice for all. This, thank you, Murph. I don't ever have the words. That's eloquently put. It's justice for one is injustice for. Injustice for one is injustice for all. It's a precedent, and it's like, I can't wait to hear what Will Folks has to say. Yeah, hang on. Let's have a look see if Will Folks has said anything here. But I've read somewhere, I don't know where I read it. Yeah, this is what I mean, Beck. It doesn't matter which way it comes. If you're being influenced in any single way, then, new trial, please. Thank you. Let's have a look if Will Folks has said anything here. No, he's not. But if I go to Fitz News... I just don't want to misquote people. Fitz News. And do you know what I saw? The one thing that I shut everything down. Oh, hang on. Here he is. Here he is. Hang on. Can you hear this?
Earlier today, former Chief Justice Jean Toll decisively denied AlexMurdaugh's bid for a new trial. Justice Toll, empowered by current Chief Justice Donald Beatty with adjudicating Murdaugh's request for a new trial on the basis...
Hang on. Let me just... Do you see this?
All right, we're outside the Richland County Courthouse here in downtown Columbia, South Carolina, where earlier today, former Chief Justice Jean Toll decisively denied AlexMurdaugh's bid for a new trial. Justice Toll, empowered by current Chief Justice Donald Beatty with adjudicating Murdaugh's request for a new trial on the basis of jury tampering allegations, heard from 11 of the 12 jurors in the Murdaugh case. The 12th was heard from earlier on Friday of last week. She also heard testimony from Becky Hill. And folks, it did not go well for Becky Hill, whether she was being questioned by Murdaugh's attorney Dick Harpootlian or by Justice Toll. But in the end, Justice Toll decided, after balancing all the facts, that AlexMurdaugh did not deserve a new trial. For all of your coverage of AlexMurdaugh's saga as it continues to unfold, keep it tuned to FitzNews.com.
There we are. Shit. All right, well, I like you, but shut up. So he'll be blasting it. Popular Monster, the issue that the juror said she was influenced by the clerk. I totally agree. Look, we were just saying, it doesn't matter what you think of AlexMurdaugh. Look, I'll tell you what I think of AlexMurdaugh. He's a piece of shit. He's in prison, and he deserves to be in prison because of the financial crimes. 100%, rot in hell, AlexMurdaugh. But that's just on the financial crimes. you are starting a dangerous precedent here where you're saying that a court clerk can now influence the jury. That's what's happening. That's all around the world now. Well, not all around the world, obviously, but in some states now, it's like, well, I don't like this. Don't like this defender. Do you know what? Nothing will happen to me because precedent's now been set in South Carolina. They said that you can tamper with witnesses, and just give a nod, say, hey, watch his mannerisms. Ooh, he looks a little bit shady. He looks awful decision. Again, it's not about what you think about Alex Murdaugh, but he's guilty or not guilty for murder. It's nothing to do with that. Put that to one side. It is literally Murph's on a roll. You're fucking taking everything out of my mouth here and eloquently saying it much better than I could. Jury tampered and got away with it. That's the headline. Literally, you've just written the headline. Jury tampered and got away with it. Unbelievable. Now, I don't know enough about the law in the US, but I'm pretty sure after seeing Runkle and some of the attorneys being very vocal on X, saying, never visit South Carolina, never visit it. Because if you do visit it, you're fucked. I was saying it wrong before our beautiful Josie came in. It's one of these things where we were always told, or I was always told, that there is no corruption in South Carolina. The only corruption is Alex Murdaugh. This proves, well, we've seen for months afterwards. Like, I remember back in February, I was calling out Bland about, he's a piece of shit for you. Like, Eric Bland, and I saw him do an interview, and I couldn't watch it. I had to mute it. I hate that son of a bitch. I'm sure he's a great attorney. I'm sure he is, right? But the way he influences victims and parades them in front of the media for his own benefit. I said on Twitter today, I'm proud of the fact I called him out on it back in February last year. Some people disagree that I called him out, but I fucking did call him out. He's a piece of shit. There's people like that just don't care about justice. They just want their own gain. And Eric Bland and all them, this is all a game to them. This is all a game for him. He's going to be loving the next podcast release about it all. But it's not a game. This is true life. Take away Alex Murdaugh. This could be whoever. It doesn't matter the person. You've just allowed jury tampering, and you've just said that it's fine to do it. South Carolina, fucking, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hello, Campo. I don't know what the hell that means, so I'm not going to say it, just in case it's offensive. But hello, Campo. Yeah, you just set a precedent, yeah, and I just don't agree with it. Look, I'm not a lawyer and attorney, and people can more eloquent. Look at me, my words are fucking word salads here. People can eloquently portray it better than me, but this is not right. This is not. And I know people shit on me, shit on people, and say, well, he's guilty, who gives a fuck? No, it doesn't matter about his guilt or whatever. I know I'm banging on about that now, but it doesn't matter. There's so many corrupt people in South Carolina. This is just, and Judge Toll is supposed to be respected, but I don't know. I don't respect it, but not the right result. I look forward to see what Vices has to say about it, even further. And Lawyer is going to be speaking about it, so you can bang in Bob Dollar. He's got something to say about this as well. I'd be interested to see. I was mentioning earlier on, I'm not sure if people are here, but I got in a discussion with an attorney from South Carolina when I said that family members or witnesses and defendants should not be on the jury panel. And she disagreed and was like, no, that's the law in South Carolina. So it's fine to do it. Well, lazy cow, get off your fucking ass and change the law. Like Peter Tragos always says about Lawyer about the fact that every year in Florida, a bunch of attorneys come together to change laws that they think are archaic. Well, that's one of them. Hello, C-Swept. Hello, my darling. Lovely to see you. I hope you liked my comment the other day as well. I just saw you and Josie saying hello to me. And I missed it in real life because I was ill. Oh, you see, this is the thing. I can't do two things at once. I can't multitask. I'd never remember what I was saying. Oh, this is frustrating. Oh, that's what I was saying. Peter Tragos, they all get together. They probably play golf. And they look at all these ancient rules and regulations. And they come together for a period of time. And they look to change these things. I know, thank you. But there's people out there, this attorney in South Carolina, were like, Jesus Christ, yeah, no, we don't change anything because it's been a law for like 100 plus years. There needs to be a whole new revamp in South Carolina. It's just, where do you start with it? Because no one thinks, there's attorneys out there that don't think that there's anything wrong with the law in South Carolina. Obviously, Judge Toll doesn't think there's anything wrong with tampering. I have that effect on most men, don't worry. No, you know the effect you have on me. It's all good. You know that effect. You just haven't had that effect for a while, that's all. Sea swept. I don't know. I'm not going to rant and rave about it. I'm not really, not really from the area. I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good look. And also, from an outside point of view, it's not a good look if you don't know South Carolina, because you portray it for America. Like, oh, I'm obviously not that thick. I know the difference between South Carolina and other states, but there are lots of people out there that equate this decision maybe to America have just made a stupid. America allows tampering, where that's not the case at all. Just is a stupid state that has allowed it, and I just don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. That's all. It scares me to think that this is a precedent that people now. This is like something that's going to be used for other states. What did EDB say? She's very. I do you know. I don't know what EDB said. To be quite honest with you, Josie, I'm not going to lie to you. I watched Vices this afternoon. Then I obviously had the Krieger trial, so I missed Becky, but during lunch break over the Krieger one, we watched Becky then. And then I missed the end bits then, and then obviously it was announced on Twitter that, like, to be quite honest, after listening to Vices this morning, I was like, oh, this is slam dunk, new trial. There's no point even watching anymore. So I was completely caught off guard. But then I'm not caught off guard, if that makes sense as well. Every time I think South Carolina can not go lower than they have, they just shock me. Do you know what I mean? So, which is a shame, because I don't know. There's a lot. I like, we know some people from South Carolina, obviously, and it's. I feel sorry for them, but B, it's like they seem quite intelligent, but other people aren't. I don't really. Hang on, let me just have a look here. EDB. Let's have a look at EDB then. Is she on X? Is she on Emily? There's certain people I'm obviously not going to be looking at for, because we know what they're going to say. Well, actually, I'm blocked anyway, so I won't be able to see anything anyway. Right, she was watching it. She was filming it. So she says that she's filming it. I hope she said something next. Let me just have a look here. Replies. Right, no, she doesn't say anything. Just says that. So she's got it. She streamed it. But she didn't state anything on X. Hang on. Let's be a little bit cheeky then. Let's look at this. I only came on for 2 minutes, but I'm still here. But when I got lovely people here, I don't mind. When people telling me nasty things, I don't like it, but we got some nice people here. Right. Emily D. Baker, let's go to the end to see what she says. Oh, okay, so summary from... Oh, I like what she does here. She clips it. Oh, that's nice of her. Right, hang on. Let's watch it then. This is cheating, but it's all good though.
Courthouse Becky said, I've heard this shit. And you know what? 5 hour means 5 o'clock. And you know what? I'm going to rule from the bench today. We are done with this today. All right, let me refresh this and catch us up to live time because we are there. I'm going to answer some questions if I can. Who do you think he should get a new trial? Your opinion. Feel nothing different from the state. She will grant Alec Murdaugh a new trial, and that's what we're here for right now.
Here we go.
Also, thank you guys for doing all the YouTube things. Alex got to be nervous, and sentenced him literally the next morning.
The following constitutes my ruling on this matter from the bench. This order will be supplemented, as I will explain. My 35 years of experience as an active teacher puts rules on. I was recused in several months. I suspended on it by expulsion. And I've set the matter for a pre-trial and a final hearing. Conducted a telephone in which I invited briefs and arguments by the parties and by the attorneys for certain of the jurors and for the clerk of court, Rebecca Hill. The written order. Hey, members of the audience, you just. I have probably had more experience in internet law.
I just want to see what she says.
This matter is now adjourned.
Right, here we go.
Okay, then. Justice Toll said on the weight of the record that guilty is the correct verdict, that Becky Hill was persuaded by the bright light of fame or infamy, and don't take photos in court, ma'am. Why has everybody got their phones up? The bailiffs in Los Angeles would absolutely take your phone for doing shit like that. Anyway, sorry, it's not my court. I don't work here. You shouldn't be videotaping Alec Murdaugh getting locked up from the audience. But this is not, Emily, this is not your job. Emily,
Emily, get the fuck on with it.
This motion calling Murdaugh's conviction the proper result of the jury based on her review of the record stated that here, let me just swoop. I'm a little surprised, truthfully. I'm a little surprised. I'm surprised she ruled today. I'm still surprised. Let's do a swoop. There's going to be a press conference with the defense, and they're going to say that they are going to appeal everything up one side and down the other. That's exactly what's going to happen. So stay tuned. We're not done yet. Let me do a quick road so far. Miguelino, will you keep an eye on links for any, thank you. The YouTube things. All right, the court feed has ended. I'm sure. Let's do the things real quick. Emily's trying to gather her thoughts. I do my summary real quick. So, do the YouTube things. Yay. Justice Toll ruled from the bench that Alec Murdaugh's motion for new trial be denied. I thought that at the end of this evidentiary hearing, Justice Toll, who was seen in court talking to the lawyers, I thought that Justice Toll would be asking for either additional briefing or argument and then be ruling in writing at a later time. I was very surprised that this judge took 15-20 minutes to review the notes and then rule from the bench denying Alec Murdaugh's motion for new trial. Justice Toll indicated multiple times that there is a split in the circuits, the federal courts, and that there is a split among states as to what the proper standard of law is. Do you know what that tells me? That this case is ripe for appellate review, and appellate review that cannot just go up to the South Carolina Supreme Court, but appellate review that might need to deal with splits of circuit up to the Supreme Court. There is an argument between the different case law, and what the judge found is that the law of the land in South Carolina requires a two-pronged consideration. One, did a communication happen? Yes, it did. The judge called it foolish and fleeting and essentially called Becky Hill fame hungry. But did a communication happen? And the court found that a communication did happen. The defense argued that that should be enough for a new trial. The court said that the standard in South Carolina is that you then need to show that it prejudiced a juror's verdict. And the court found here that it did not prejudice a judge's verdict or a juror's verdict, and that Juror Z was not unequivocal in their testimony and had equivocated about their testimony and had ultimately said in multiple oaths that their verdict was based on the law, not on Miss Becky's statements, and that their verdict was based more and based on influence from the other jurors, which is just called deliberation. So with all of that, we see this motion for new trial denied, quite a lot of testimony. I imagine Becky Hill will no longer be the clerk of court once the next election cycle comes up. There is no process to recall her. I don't know if she will be asked to step down or will choose to be stepped down. But for all of you asking if she can be removed, if she can be removed, if she can be impeached, not really. She gets to serve out the rest of her term unless she chooses to step down. And I don't think she will choose to step down because her future seems to be uncertain, especially with the investigation into the wiretapping with her son. So I don't think she'll step down. I think she will ride out the rest of her term. Will AlexMurdaugh's team appeal this? Absolutely. They will appeal this ruling, and then we will see if their current appeal starts to move forward or if their current appeal stayed until this appeal is completed. But this verdict not a verdict, it feels like a verdict day. This ruling will absolutely be appealed, and that's going to be bananas as well. So with everything, motion for new trial denied. Becky Hill made statements to the jurors, but that statement did not prejudice any of the jurors' verdict. Justice Toll came with receipts, timeline, screenshots, had reviewed the entire record of this case, and was very well versed in this case. We are going to go to a defense presser.
Right, I'm not going to show the presser, but that's right. C-Sweat, what you say with C-Sweat? She said both. They are not mutually exclusive. Sorry, I saw you type that as listening to Emily. Popular Monster, how do you show you were influenced if saying you were influenced is not enough? I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't quite understand. They're going to, there's appellate issues now. They're going to appeal it. Okay, fine, sure. But she's saying that it's just Toll saying that on one hand, Becky was wrong, fame hungry, and, you know, she did influence, but she didn't influence the jury, is what she's saying. So there's not enough there to state that it would have been a different outcome because her actions wouldn't have changed the verdict. Is that what she, like, that's how I'm sort of trying to interpret it. But in my head, well, in my simple head, I'm the same as you, Popular Monster. If she said for people to make sure you monitor Alex, make sure you watch him, look at his demeanor and stuff like that, you're influencing it. Subconsciously, you're influencing it because you might not think it, but you might not think. Because at the end of the day, we're all, if you're a jury, you got your own way of doing things. You might look at stuff like that, but if someone's telling you, click a call, just look at the way he acts, or look at his demeanor, look at the way he is on the stand, you're going to pay a lot more attention, and you're probably going to put a bit more weight behind that as well when you're deliberating. So you probably don't think that you are, but you probably will. So you're probably being influenced subconsciously without even knowing you're being influenced. So I don't really quite understand it. Just what you see, Swift. You got. I'm not 100% sure what you mean with that, C's, but I, I just think it's bizarro world. I also just think that why not just put it to bed? Why not? Why just they're now going to be doing other appeals. And she said it's the weight of law in South Carolina is different. You have to prove that there was influence there. But I mean, juror said they were influenced, whether it's indirectly or directly, it doesn't matter. They were influenced. Um, but according to them, it doesn't really matter. I just think this is going to be never ending. We're going to be years down the line. And I saw that a tweet again. Take this as you want. That the defense have outlined that they will be appealing as you would, and they are close now to finding more answers about who killed Maggie and Paul, which was quite surprising to me. That they seem to be alluding that they've got new evidence that shows that Alex wasn't the murderer. How do you prove your influence? Yep. Like, what kind of evidence can you show? I don't understand. I think the fact she spoke to them should be enough. 100%. The fact you even say anything. She was in a car journey with one of them. She went to court or came out to court, sharing a car with someone, just like cruising with a fucking clerk. Do you mean what you could be discussing? Of course, you can be discussing Alex Murdaugh. Do you mean Cecil says the juror said she was both influenced by Becky and pressured by other jurors. It can be both. Stupid, they tricked her into saying, yeah, that was the first one. So that's where Vice was going off his rocker. Because Dick argued that, Hapulian argued it, and Vice was like, Dick, I love you. Dick is 100%. I keep saying Dick. Hapulian was 100% right, but the judge dismissed it. And I don't know the legal speak of that because it was something the legal advisor said. But the legal advisor was going, this is just wrong. It can be both. It can be both. Because she gave an affidavit saying one thing and a testimony under oath today was slightly different. She basically saying that she's been influenced by both. But the judge wouldn't allow that to come in. And that's where Hapulian was like, Judge, we've got, come on. But no, she stood her ground, said, no, I'm not interested in this thing. I think she came in with a whole, I'd like to think she didn't come in with a preconceived verdict, but I think she had a preconceived, this is all I want to hear about. I'm not interested in hearing all the other stuff. I just want to hear about these kind of themes, and that's it. I'm not going to allow these people to run this court. And you can see how, in fairness, how respected she was, because both sets, there was no arguing. When she ruled, both sides were like very, very respectful. So I think both sides respect her, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really respect her after that. I think it was a cop-out by them. I just think there's enough there. And even, right, and again, I'm spouting here, and I could be completely wrong here, but surely this, right? Oh, unable to connect to the internet. Oh, I'm back. If you've been strong armed by other jurors, then surely that's enough on its own. Now, obviously, you got to be careful. I get that, because you don't want jurors in every trial to say the same thing. I get it. I do get it. But when you got someone said the jurors put pressure, but also the court clerk put pressure, and there's evidence of it, and you can see it, and other people saying that they heard her trying to influence others. Hey, hello, is anyone home? That's grounds for a new trial, in my opinion. As I said, I don't know where they go next, because, hey, do you know what? There's no point guessing what happens next, because South Carolina are built differently. They're built differently. They just do what they want to do. Their laws, I think, are very archaic. I generally think they should take a year out and just fucking renew all the rules and regulations and stuff. They're just old-fashioned. Say hi, Katerina, and it will make my day. Hello, Katerina. Hope you're well, Katerina. I just think, for the ease, I know I'm spouting here, but isn't it not just easier to give a new trial now? This is never going to end. And if you did say what Emily just said there about the judge thinks there's enough evidence there to show guilt, well, that's bullshit. That's not your job to think that. And also, I mean, based on what? Based on what, Judge? I think Josie obviously knows my opinion that I would have voted not guilty, but I definitely don't think that he's innocent. I can be persuaded that he was involved in all this, but that, again, that's not the frigging point. I'm preaching now. I'm preaching. I always thought it would be cool to be a preacher. No, I don't think it would be. Anyway, I've got not much more to say about it. It's just I don't like the decision. I think it's the wrong decision. I think you're gonna have people like Eric Bland now, pieces of shit like that, just being so vocal about it, saying, "Oh, I told you so," blah blah blah. He's in the right place, piece of shit. That guy does my nutting. Guy does my nutting. I don't trust any attorney from South Carolina. I don't think I know any. Well, Bland and a few others, but I wouldn't be. I was thinking going to America, but there's definitely not a stop going to be in South Carolina. Let me tell you that now, just in case. Jesus. But anyway, today I just think today was not just a loss for Alex Murdaugh. I generally think this was a loss for the judicial process in America. So I don't know. Look at me trying to chuck out big words. I'm trying to be Murph. I'm trying to be Murph here, but I can't have the same words as Murph. But anyway, that's just my simple input. As I say, I was only coming on for like fucking 5 minutes, but now we've gone 52 minutes. Don't listen to me. I only spout shit, but I don't get it. I generally don't get it. I don't understand it. And I never will understand it. And again, anyone that keeps spouting about, and I've seen it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's guilty. It doesn't matter. He deserves to be in jail because of financial crimes. Yeah, I 100% agree. He deserves to be in for financial crimes. He's a piece of shit. He's all these things. But he also deserves a fair trial. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel sorry for Buster because this is never ending for Buster as well, because I'm not sure if he was in court today or not, but it just seems never ending for him as well. When's he going to be able to just put it, because people are going after Buster now about the crematorium where his mother and brother are, that he's not put a headstone there and stuff. Leave the poor guy alone. Who are we to judge? I don't know why he hasn't put a headstone. Maybe there's a reason for it. I have no idea. But that's his family, man. I just don't agree with people talk about families. That's his family. Leave him. Let him do what he wants to do. So when I hear stuff like that, it bothers me, because like that poor guy has done nothing wrong. And he's gone from last year having stupid people at his house filming him, spying on him, people trashing him, people saying that he murdered Stephen Smith, people saying he's gay and all this stuff, and the guy's done nothing wrong. He's never been accused, as in he's never been in a court of law where he's been, what are you doing at this time, Dylan? Hey Perry, how you doing, mate? Perry's from London, by the way. So I'm just spouting for a second, and then I'll go offline because I've got circuit training in about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. So yeah, I just want people to leave Buster alone. I just don't agree with people influencing him. I hope he's okay. I know he's engaged, I believe now. I hope he's okay. I wish him all the best luck in the world, because it's just not cool for what they do for him. And I'm sure Blands and all them will go after him again, but I don't know. today's a sad day for the judicial process, I think. And I'm a big advocate of it, and we've had debates, and I think Perry, I'll do a stream one day, Perry. Jonathan, gonna be spicy. Here we go. That's true. There's nothing but unsubstantial rumors about him, as far as I've seen. Yeah. I think we need to do EOS. So Solomon reached out to me not long ago. Solomon Anderson. The people that know Solomon Anderson, do me a favor, guys, and make sure you go to wrongfulpod.com. Most of you here will have done that anyway, but make sure you go and listen to my beautiful friend Josie's voice. She's amazing. Wrongfulpod.com to see Zachary Anderson and his case. I was speaking to Solomon about this, who is Zachariah's brother, if you don't know, and we were talking about the US judicial system against the UK one, and what's better, what's worse. And I was saying some stuff, and some people disagreed with me, and some people agreed and stuff like that. But we interested to do a stream on it. I know, Perry, you've got very much strong opinions on it. Tudley Pippers has as well. I think both are good and bad. I think so. For me, the judicial, shout out to Saul, yes. The Red Jello Gang, Josie. For me, so what's great about the UK, right? If you get arrested in the UK for a crime, obviously people have heard about it, but hi. For instance, if it's a big murder case coming, you normally have to wait a couple of years. First of all, at least 2 years, if not 3 years, before it goes to court, before it goes to a jury, right? In all that time, you will hear nothing. You will hear nothing about you won't see any of the evidence or potential evidence. You won't hear, there's a reason why it's very rare that we in the UK do anything to cover UK trials, because you don't have access to anything. You have access to zero things from the defense and the state. So you tend not to do anything. There's a few rumors and stuff maybe that people make, but on the whole, 95% of the time, you know nothing. So when it goes to trial, that's the first time that people get to see the evidence. And it's so good because you're not influenced by media. I think mainstream media, and also what I do, I don't do it myself, but bigger channels influence the jury pool. They influence results and stuff like that, and give you preconceived ideas, and pieces of shit like JLR going out there threatening people and stuff. It's unbelievable. So I think the UK have got that spot on, pretty much on the whole. Now, where the UK lack and where the US take over is the court proceedings being transparent, that you can actually see what happens in court. The UK are rubbish because in the UK you cannot have access to anything in court as a media person. You can sit in court if you're allowed to, but there's no filming allowed. So there's no transparency in any of these things. Where in the US, on the whole, there's transparency. Now, I put a caveat on that's not always the case in the US, because I've contacted plenty of courts about streaming things, and they're like, no, there's no streaming allowed in our courts for various cases, which I think is bullshit. Because I think there's a need. I think if you look, and I hate doing this, I hate doing it, but I do it anyway. So, for instance, look at Matthew Moore, right? If his wasn't streamed, he was found not guilty. You'd probably still say, well, he got away with murder. There's still people, even though there's a trial and you've seen it, people still think he got away with murder. So that's not very good. So I'm glad the trial's there. We're glad we can look at it. Now, it goes without saying again as well about Zach, if there was no cameras there, none of us would be supporting Zach right now, because we wouldn't know anything about the case. So the good thing with the American system is at least it's recorded. We can look at it because genuinely, without that, Zach shouldn't be in prison anyway. But without it, we wouldn't be advocating for him because we would know zero about the case. And that's scary. Can you imagine Saul would be literally on his own? No one would be interested in interviewing him because they'd be like, yeah, all right, you're just a brother. We don't really, he probably was guilty type of thing. So I think that's where the American system takes over. And I think that everything should be streamed. Bell says maybe half of it. Half of what? I'm not sure. Odin, how many donuts? $2,000. I haven't got any donuts on me. That's a problem. Hey, Bobby. How you doing, sir? Hope you're well. So yeah, this is why I think it's a mix. Now just can find you guilty without one witness being called to testify or one piece of evidence admitted. True, they should document everything. Bell, yes. Bobby B is in the house. Hi, Nunya, by the way. Hello, Bell. Yeah, it is. I'll say the system in the UK is broken. We're not perfect whatsoever. We're not perfect at all, actually. Like, we've only recently, in the last year or two, that verdicts have been streamed live. Mind-boggling as that is, and I don't know why they do it, because, like, literally, it'll pop up to say, oh, a verdict on this case. It's like, who the hell is that? There's so many cases out there, I haven't got a bloody clue who they are. There's something, there was a case, right, that happened in London about 3 years ago. Oh, hang on, Per. You'd know it, Perry. Let me find it here. I did a brief stream on it. Content. You'll know this, but I'd never heard of this trial. What's it called? Hang on with me, Perry. You know this one, Perry. This was huge as well. Afterwards, here we go. London-based Australian Gemma Mitchell. So there's a woman called Gemma Mitchell, right? And she basically lived in London. She's Australian/British. She's a doctor, and I'm not sure what kind of doctor, but she's a doctor, and she was about 34, something like that, 35. So she was arrested years ago because she killed one of her patients, who was a friend of hers as well. And the one thing I would say about London, especially in the UK, CCTV is fantastic. So you had all these cameras. You could see her. You could see her with a suitcase. It's a bizarre one, right? I'd never heard of it. Never ever heard of it. As in this case, didn't even know it happened. The first time I heard about it when there was a verdict, because this woman, her verdict, Gemma, was the first one ever done live, the verdict. So I remember watching it in replay, and I was like, fucking hell, who the fuck's this woman? And that's why I researched it. I was like, bloody hell, psycho bitch. But I knew nothing about it. But that's the issue with the UK. So many of these things happen, but we don't get told about it. Someone is guilty without trial. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think, yeah. But yeah, Pat, you might know the Gemma Mitchell one, but it's so scary. So scary about it. There was even one not long ago, a policeman in the UK killed somebody. Now we'd known that he'd done something, but we didn't know what the extent was. But when we heard about the news of it all, like, the guy is a sicko. What he did, he absolutely. I won't get into it, but that's one of their own that did it. But we don't get told about it. We only get told about it like the verdict comes out, and then there might be some stuff that comes out years afterwards where you can research it a bit. So the transparency in the UK is horrible. But the lead up to the trial is great. So it's like, what do you do? Do you know what I mean? If there was only cameras in there, it'd be great. So then you can see all the wigs they wear and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. No judicial system is perfect whatsoever, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm judging the UK v US. There's obviously other judicial, countries. The judicial, I don't know. There's a lot of countries where you get arrested and you just get thrown away. You know. Then you got the argument then, which I'm not doing tonight, but the argument of the death penalty and stuff like that. We had a debate on my Brian Kohlberger stream from Saturday. Death penalties and all that. We're going off for one. This isn't supposed to be a fucking AlexMurdaugh one. But basically, I'm trying to say that system is fucked, not just in America, but everywhere. Secret camera done. I wish they're so stringent on it. Honestly, if you were caught with it, you're in jail. They don't mess about with it in the UK. They take it very seriously, which is unfortunate. But the just courthouse from me is like an hour away. Well, no more than that, but because I would go and watch some of these trials, but you can't. You can't do anything, and most of the times you have to be media to get in. Because obviously some media do cover it, but they're not allowed to speak about it mainly until after the trial. So we're lucky they do cover it. But yeah, so it's not just the extreme. It's not just I know I'm having around about South Carolina. It's not just there. Everywhere it's not perfect, but it just seems that South Carolina is worse than anywhere else that we've seen or I've seen anyway. I don't know. I just think today was a bad day for the judicial system of South Carolina and America overall. And as Murph Turf eloquently put earlier on about justice is basically we're just saying that tampering's okay now. So, and it's not. It's definitely not. But there we are. As I say, you can see your EDBs. I want to see judges and wigs. Yeah, hang on. Let me, if I can see one here now. I got this up ready. Let's see if it's here. Hang on. These are bringing me back to my old days. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Look at the shape of me there. Fucking hell. Hang on.
The sentence of the court is one of life imprisonment, and the minimum term of imprisonment that you will, in any event, be required to serve will be 34 years. When you set off early from your home address, taking with you a large suitcase, which it was evident from the CCTV was either empty or had very little in it. You went by public transport to her address, and you stayed there for over 5 hours. The suitcase that you had taken to the house was now very obviously full and heavy. I have no doubt that you had killed her whilst you were at her house. And, absent any explanation from you, given that you went no comment throughout your police interviews and did not go into the witness box.
Oops. But all the attorneys wear it as well. It's not just the judge, all the attorneys. You see all these, I mean, there's some of the women, woof, as you come out, well, even for you guys, some of the men, woof, like, they all have to wear wigs. It's unbelievable. Hang on, what's that? Headline. Right, let's not believe anything Johnson says. Maybe none of the appellant court. Maybe you're right. But yeah, that's what we deal with in the UK. It's funny as hell, but it is quite funny. But all they're also proper. They're also proper. All the women, men, they dress up the same. All have to wear the same kind of wig as that. You know, so bizarro. Syphilis is why they wore them, because their hair fell out. Jesus Christ. Just wearing the jeans. I know, Bobby. Right. It's been a nice little stream. I didn't expect. I was only coming on for like 5 minutes. I always stream off my phone for Fat Club. When I do the I did it today actually. Josie missed it today. I was doing it for the NFL stuff. Where I got a treadmill. I stream on my treadmill. I try and do that an hour here and there. So Syphilis Way's got a love tradition. But I'm enjoying doing these kind of stuff. Just yeah, even though it's gone 1:30 in the morning, and I've got to get up like 7:30 to go to circuits. So yeah, I better go now. But with that, thank you everybody for being here. Sorry for the spoiler to Murph's Turf. Yeah, appreciate you all for being here. But did you expect talking license syphilis? No, I didn't. That's the thing. That's what I mean. I enjoy doing this. We speak about stuff all the time, and it's random, and I love it. When you do court stuff, you're stuck there a little bit. When you do this kind of stuff, I just love. I prefer to do this than doing it on my laptop, because if you're on your laptop, you get distracted with this. I can just turn the screen over. I can go for a walk. You can do whatever, anything you want. So I do genuinely like doing live streams. My problem is I don't tell people about them, and my problem is I forget to tell Josie and Sarah and Mexi and stuff about them, and I generally get loads of trolls normally. So I'm thankful that Josie found me today, because we have got some trolls here. We don't. Well, according to the documentary I saw one time, Becky will get a raise and a promotion. Well, Emily D. Baker was saying on here that she's not going to lose her job or anything. She probably won't get re-elected, but she's not going to lose her job. She'll probably stay in there because her son is being done for tampering, phone tampering and stuff like that. So she'll probably stay in the job for forever and ever, forever, long as she can. So yeah, we'll see. It's a scary thought that you can do that and get away with it. What's that film documentary, Getting Away with Murder? That's a documentary. That was a cracking documentary, by the way. She should lose a job. That's idiotic. Yeah, she won't, because it's an elected position. So there must be a way that you can get rid of her, but I think it's the residents that need to get rid of her. But I think South Carolina people, they're all about traditions and stuff like that. So I don't think they probably would get rid of her. And to be quite honest with you, in her position, you'd want to have a bit of a conscience. Like, you've got to face these people. I don't think I could face the people every single day, knowing that I plagiarized, I've influenced her. Like, she's been made famous, and she's always going to be made famous. I don't think people realize for years to come, she could be known as a clerk that influenced a jury into a murder, to making a guilty verdict. Bobby, I thought you might say that. I thought you might say that. All of her finances should be investigated. Should probably, Tox Dodger probably. The cop that filed the grand jury got an award, so they tend to award the Well, Matt, I was saying on the stream on so for those that don't know, I was streaming Matt Moore every Saturday, and he was a defendant, got found not guilty of killing his wife, and the guy Grubbs, who did the investigation on his trial and did such an awful investigation, that year he won cop of the detective of the year or something. You get rewarded for being shit at your job. Unbelievable. Drive the road sometimes they're as good as their courts. Yeah, I know a few North Carolina people. Wake Forest, I think that's outside. I'm not sure. I think she got away plagiarism. A BBC writer. She has no shame. Becky has definitely got no shame. Plagiarizing, influencing stuff. She's gonna be made famous. She's probably gonna write. I think what's gonna happen is once her son's been, his court appearances are done and stuff, she'll resign from it, and then she will do something. She'll do a book. She'll do something again, because she's forever known now as the woman that influenced the jury to plead guilty. Now that might be far fetched, because obviously, did she influence everyone? But it doesn't matter. She influenced one person. So essentially, she influenced the jury into convicting a man. They have a beach or something. That's about it. Indiana's potto's big enough to bury your head in. Jesus Christ, you're not saying much about the US systems, road systems out there. I thought we had it bad. Jesus. Anyway, that's where we are anyway. Trying to think now. It's Tuesday morning already. Fuck, you know. She even tried to wrangle it so her daughter was on the jury. Don't. I just had a rant, Perry, about not just a daughter, a brother of a witness, a cousin of Alex could have sat. And people say, no, he would never sat on it because he would have been stricken. You don't know. We don't know what the jury pool were. We just don't know. They tax you to death. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Can you imagine that if she? Oh, her daughter, brother of a witness, all on a panel together. No shame. No, it should never been in that county anyway. It should have been somewhere else. No shame. But hey, who am I? I'm nobody. Someone told me I had a weird accent today. Hen said I got a weird accent. I didn't even realise I got a weird accent. I don't even realise I got an accent. So I've got to be careful, talk slower. Anyway, there's not much more I got. I don't think. I'm getting tired now. Going to drink a little bit of my Pepsi. I'm hoping that the water comes back. I can get a shower in the gym tomorrow. Hopefully the water come back for my kitchen. I hope they send a bill for the court costs for the appeal. They won't do anything. Honestly, she'll probably be going out with the prosecuting team tonight, high-fiving, drinking wine, enjoying themselves tonight. She'll be celebrating tonight. I mean, she got away with it today. She got away with a lot today. I know she might have been uncomfortable for like half an hour, but she literally got away with it all. That's what's scary. She got away with it, and now every court reporter / clerk of court have now got the green light to go ahead and influence jurors. Not to tell them what to do, but remind people what, Can you, man, every court reporter now can basically remind people, hey, just remember to look at the defendant, look at how he acts, look at this, look at that. Influencing the jury. I hope they send her. Yeah, she lied on the stand and everyone knew it. Yeah, but that's the worst of it for her now. That's the worst of it. She's heard her be detained on the stand for perjury and contempt. Can you imagine? But again, they would never do it. They'd have a deal. They'd have even the judge, when she really played down the fact that jurors had been on the phone watching the first juror being questioned. She didn't care. It's like they don't care. They don't care. But anyway, what can I do? What can I say? Right, I've been 80 minutes on this now. I need to go. My throat's starting to go, and I can't drink Pepsi all night. So, right, love you all. I really do. Thank you very much for being here. Do really appreciate you for that. I'm going to close down. I've got Circus in the morning. I've got Krieger trial tomorrow afternoon. it's all go, but in a good way. So I'm not complaining. I love it. The judge was a woman, yes. It was, no. I know you're confused, but it was a woman, yes. Right, lovely to see you all, Perry. Lovely to see you, C-Sweat. Lovely to see you. I've seen you for a long time. Normally I see you every fucking day, so I'll just see you tomorrow. Same with Jonathan, Josie. Hope everything's okay, my darling. I'll see you soon. Murph, lovely to see you. I've seen you more regularly recently. Lovely, always lovely to see you. So yeah, thank you everybody, new and old. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, I'm signing out because I'm losing my voice. I'm fucking losing my voice now. So, free Zacharias Anderson as always. That's how we'll end every stream. Free Zachariah Anderson. Love you, Zach. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye bye.